10 fun facts about the Eiffel Tower. 1. It was the tallest man-made structure until 1930. The Eiffel Tower reigned supreme as the tallest man-made structure in the world for about 4 decades. Without its antenna, the Eiffel Tower stood at a staggering 984 feet. From 1930 onwards, it was officially surpassed by the Chrysler Building and the Empire State Building in New York, with a net worth of 400 billion euros today, 6 times that of the Colosseum in Rome and more than the Tower of London. The Eiffel Tower is no doubt a hallmark of engineering and modern architecture. Take a guided tour to learn more about this grand dame. 2. The Eiffel Tower was supposed to be demolished after 20 years. The Eiffel Tower was built to flaunt France's industrial prowess at the 1889 World Fair, but when its permit expired in 1909, it was ready to be dismantled. To preserve this landmark, a radio antenna was erected atop the Eiffel Tower, and the plan worked. City officials felt that it was too valuable as a radio transmission tower and decided against tearing it down. 3. Believe it not, the Eiffel Tower was once yellow. Made of wrought iron, the Eiffel Tower needed a protective coat to counteract any natural elements. During its official launch, it sported a copper-brown color, but after a decade, its metallic structure was coated in yellow paint instead. From 1968 onwards, the signature Eiffel Tower brown became the official color. The darkest shade was painted on top, and the lightest on the bottom, giving it a subtle ombre effect. Take a closer look at the paintwork as you make your way up the Eiffel Tower. 4. The Eiffel Tower can only be painted by hand. It takes a lot of primping to look fab at 133 years old. Here's a fun fact about the Eiffel Tower. It's painted the traditional way, mostly by hand. The Eiffel Tower is stripped of its color and repainted every 7 years by 50 painters. To date, the tower has been repainted 19 times. On average, at least 60 tons of paint are applied to the whole structure to prevent the iron exteriors from rusting. The Eiffel Tower has since undergone a sparkling golden makeover for the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. 5. The Eiffel Tower has a not-so-secret apartment. Architect Gustave Eiffel cleverly included a private apartment at his namesake tower, possibly the world's most enviable address. Perched 1,000 feet above Champ de Mars, this space was used to conduct experiments and host impressive guests like Thomas Edison. After being locked away for years, you can now view this hidden sanctuary with much of the furnishing still in place. Maximize your time with Skip the line tickets and bask in the aerial views from up here. 6. You'll see 72 names engraved at the base. Not known to many, the Eiffel Tower was practically a science lab. Inspect the tower's details, and you'll notice 72 names engraved on the edge of the first floor. These names were previously covered up, but restorative efforts made their golden letters visible again. It's a symbolic way of paying homage to the scholars, scientists, and mathematicians who contributed tirelessly to the tower's successful assembly. 7. There's a tiny post office too. If you're thinking of a novel souvenir, swing by the Eiffel Tower's post office on the first floor at the South Pillar. Pick a postcard and mail it back home. It'll be delivered with an exclusive Tour Eiffel Paris stamp, something you can't get anywhere else. Consider this a special memento to commemorate your trip, or send a surprise letter to a loved one back home. 8. The Eiffel Tower's height changes with the seasons. Here's another interesting fact about the Eiffel Tower. Its height changes with the seasons. If you're visiting in summer, The tower is actually taller, as the iron structure expands up to 7 inches when temperatures are as high as 104 F. In winter, the cold weather causes the tower to shrink up to 6 inches. Besides the seasonal changes, strong winds and bad weather can also cause the tower to sway. 9. To get to the top, you'll have to climb 1,665 steps. The Eiffel Tower comprises 3 sections. On the first level, 189 feet high, you'll find an observation area, souvenir shops, and Madame Brasserie, a chic restaurant. Challenge yourself to walk on the glass floor. It affords expansive views of the city beneath your feet. The second level at 379 feet includes a Michelin-starred restaurant, Le Jules Verne, plus another observation deck. From up here, keep your eyes peeled for famous sites like the Louvre Museum, Arc de Triomphe, and Champs-Élysées. Unless your fear of heights gets in the way, head to the top floor, which is 905 feet above the ground. Revel in panoramic views while sipping some ROS at bar champagne. The climb and all 1,665 steps will be worth celebrating. 10. During the daily illumination show, catch the Eiffel Tower twinkling in its full glory. The iron edifice sparkles after sunset thanks to the 20,000 light bulbs adorning it.